Hello and welcome to the stream. This is Blue Serpent, and today we're playing Rise of Legends. It's from the same people that made Rise of Nations, and this is the fantasy version of that particular RTS. And this one's also an RTS. This was made in 2006, and you really don't. It was definitely, I would say, an underrated game for the time. It did so many things right. It was like, I love playing this game. This game has 3 different factions, and it's asymmetrical in terms of how it plays out. There's one, it's like a steampunk faction. There's another one, it's a magic faction, and it kind of has an Arabian Nights aesthetic. And then the other one is kind of like this, has this Aztec Mayan aesthetic, or at least that's what I remember. We're going to revisit it, and there's actually there's a lot of little movies. It kind of reminds me of like when StarCraft first came out, in the sense of each faction has a campaign. You know, it's asymmetrical, like I said, and there's a ton of cutscenes. So we're going to look at the opening cutscene that you see when you start up the game, and I'm going to apologize. The cutscene volume, I don't know how to adjust it. I've adjusted all the other settings, but for some reason it just goes through the roof. So just anytime you see a cutscene and you're on your computer, you might want to lower your volume. Just trying to forewarn you there. In any case, let's take a look at the original opening scene, and it kind of gives you like a very general idea of how this world came to be. So, somewhere in here, options and extras, there we go. So pretty fun opening cinematic. Again, sorry, like the volume just spikes up. And I've had to redo this video. I can't tell you how many times today. Like I forgot to plug in the mic, or something else was going wrong. So, and with that said, I forgot to change this like orange purple background and I forgot to do it every single time. So next time for this video series, I'm going to change this background to something a little more aesthetically pleasing. Not that it isn't, but I don't think it really matches the channel that well, or this particular game. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the campaign, and it's... Unfortunately, you have to play through this first one before you can play the other factions, if you will. So we're going to go with the... it's going to start off with the steampunk faction, and spoiler, there's vengeance involved. Vengeance, a young inventor. I can't say this right, so I'm just going to say it how I think. Giacomo. I don't know how to actually say it, and I don't speak Italian, unfortunately. Is forced into leading his people after his world is wrecked by sudden tragedy. New campaign. Yep. We want to redo it.
You think your brother's toys will really work?
Of course, Carlini. Giacomo's a genius. Not some useless military relic like you. Besides, would you rather carry the object home on your back?
Yeah, I'll pass, thanks. But those miners who found it? Not a good way to die. I'd be happier if you stayed behind.
Ha! You worry too much, old man.
I'll be sure to carve that on your tombstone. What are you gonna do with that thing, anyway?
I'd like to study it. I think I can do that safely, once we get it back to my lab.
Study it. You find something that makes you sick when you get near it, I say bury it and leave it alone.
The device is nearly extracted, my Doge. But the workers are suffering from...
They don't know the meaning of suffering, Lieutenant! Keep them at it!
Sir! Mianan soldiers!
Calm yourself, Lieutenant! I brought a gift for them.
Giacomo! Giacomo! Get out of here!
Take my hand!
Goodbye, Petruso. Once the dust settles, send in a few men. No one survives.
Sir!
The Vernaza expedition, Petruso, Lord of Miana, has led a party to investigate an unknown device uncovered by one of our mining operations. I'd hoped to use this outing as a field trial for my latest Clockwork Man design. We were ambushed near the mine by Doge Alessandri of Venucci. My brother was lost by General Carlini, and most of our soldiers survived the attack. I swear this, the Doge will pay for Petruso's murder. I actually looked this up, and Doge is Italian, so there we go. I'm just going to call it, I'm pretty sure of it. The sickness is radiation, and it has something to do with some type of reactor. Just calling it. I could be totally wrong. But I like how this is happening on a different planet, and the colonists are Italian. I don't know why it's cracking me up, but it is.
My brother Petruso is dead. The enemy is marching on us. The Doge will pay for this. I swear! There must be something I can do.
These Venucci conscripts are no match for Miana's finest. Musketeers, fire at will! Doge, you will pay for this!
I like in that first little scene how no one's dying except until the prompt ends, and then it starts it off. It is kind of cool with these because, like, you actually lose individual units as their health goes down, so it's a pretty cool little I would say detail. I don't know, I like it when games have little details like that. Fun fact, he does have a healing thing, so if there's like only one man left in the squad and he uses it, the squad comes back part way, so just shows that this is like a Disney film.
Head for the bridge. It's the only way to reach the mine. And those Venucci scum.
I don't know why the Italian names
You have
are just
encountered
cracking me
enemy
up.
troops. To attack, right-click on the enemy unit.
Okay, last time I was really uncoordinated, but this time we're actually doing things properly. He has a snipe ability. It does a ton of damage. Without that snipe ability, it takes so long to whittle down those troops. Oh, that's a cow. Okay. You also can't, WSD doesn't work, so if I'm the controls are a little janky, that's why. It's because I'm trying to, yay! You can only basically use the mouse or the map to move the camera around. But you can change the camera angle, which is kind of cool. And I didn't realize it, but you can totally zoom in. Awesome. We'll go up to pick up the next little deal. They're so insistent about these little quest markers.
Remember that you can focus your...
Okay, how is that cooldown timing? Fortunately, we're not done on it yet, so ooh, it just hurts.
Look! Some of my clockwork men survived the landslide. They'll help us even the odds.
And just like clockwork, they showed up. You know, for being named Clockwork Men, they actually showed up pretty freaking late. Stand.
The Doge is escaping, the coward!
Bird.
The army he left behind, show them the same mercy they gave Petruzzo.
You know, there's one thing you can say about Petruzzo. He liked rock and roll. Also, I want to say if we break down these fences and we sell them, are we fencing the fence? Had to throw that out there. Oh snap!
To find the Doge's remaining troops, scroll the map towards the pulsing arrow.
Come to my macaroni party and take a nap.
For Petruzzo! Across the bridge!
It's a little regular show reference for you to, for anyone that didn't catch that. It's totally worth it. Doge's army. So you actually can look at the little quest things and it'll show you what you need to do if you kind of lost track for whatever reason.
With your army selected, right-click near the enemy army to move there.
What we'll do is we'll... It's almost recharged. One thing that's cool about these little missions is most of the time your army will carry over to the next level. So... Fortunately, we did lose one little army, but it's okay. We're just going to focus on getting rid of all these, and then we'll focus fire that guy. Yeah, it's okay if one of them goes off.
To complete this scenario, you must destroy the Doge's barracks.
And let's see, his snipe should be down.
Whenever you're unsure
There
of
we
what to
go.
do next, click the quests button.
At least in this first level, it's so OP. Except it has a really long cooldown. But if you save it for those big guys, it's super useful. You know, I'm gonna say their barracks wasn't well made. No bears. And there we go. It's actually pretty fun explosions. Liking a little physics touch.
We've driven the Doge from Vernaza. But at the cost of my brother and a few of my men. Even worse, the Doge escaped with whatever it was that was making those miners sick. When I find that Venucci rat, I'll have my revenge.
So that's a quick look at the beginning of the campaign. You can actually go from here to the strategic map, and from the strategic map you can actually plot out your next moves. It's kind of similar to one game whose name I still can't remember, but it's I don't know if it's Dragonborn or something like that, but it's another RTS with this kind of overlay on the campaign map. Giacomo, those were Pirata airships. We should head to Pirata and uncover their role in this. We may even learn the whereabouts of the Doge. We'll need to head west by way of Padonia to pick up reinforcements. The garrison at Padonia is small, but it should be able to spare us the troops. And then we have experience. So this experience is a shared experience pool, and they have different abilities, and you can upgrade them. The turret one looks super, super fun. But this one might be better because it'll keep us alive. It goes from 50 health to 100 health with a larger radius. So I'm going to go on to that, and then I'll save the next point for that cool turret ability. And then from here we go on to attack. But we're going to call it there. I'm going to do like a little bitty episode for each stage in the campaign, and I'm going to turn this into a small little series. So thank you for coming by today. This has been Blue Serpent. I hope you enjoyed